Okay guys, welcome to this short video on how to install the bulb camera in your shop or in your home, wherever you may need a monitoring eye, a CCTV, a standalone Wi-Fi bulb, camouflaging bulb camera. Camouflaging, it looks like a normal light bulb, Yeah, so wherever you want it, you install it. If you don't tell the people around that's a CCTV camera, they won't know. They just think it's a bulb. It's a normal light bulb because it brings out light. Okay, but then it is a CCTV camera, hidden spy camera, sort of camouflaging like a light bulb camera, a light bulb. Okay, so quickly, I'm unboxing this one now to see what is inside here. You have the manual. This is the manual. You can see nothing much in the manual. You can see here product manual. Okay, and the app on it that you need to use. This app says V380 Pro. That's the app. Okay, but I'll tell you something about this V380 Pro. A lot of people don't know that the V380 Pro, if you intend to use SD card for local storage on the camera, then you will not need to use the V380 Pro version. You need to use the V380, just the V380 without the Pro version. The Pro version is actually meant for those that want to subscribe to the cloud storage service of the V380 app developers. They have a cloud storage service. Okay, yeah, so if you intend to, of course, subscribe to the cloud storage, then the V380 Pro is the best for you because that connects, allows you to quickly subscribe. Now, if you use the V380 Pro on a camera with an SD card on it, it will never recognize the SD card. You will be frustrated. You'll never get to know, but that's actually the hidden truth about it. Okay. All right. So here we have the bulb sitting, the bulb socket. Yeah. If you don't have an existing bulb socket, then you may need to wire this bulb socket to the position where you want the camera mounted. Okay. And then we have this screws coming with it. The screws coming with it. 2 screws. And this is the main camera. This is the main camera. Okay. And this is the twistable type. We call it twistable or bendable. Very unique. Twistable or bendable. Okay. It's not like the other one that is stiff. You mount it straight. That's straight. But this you can mount. You can mount it anywhere and then twist it. Okay. To any direction you want, and to give you a better coverage. This is the brand name here. This is the brand name. If you take it, as you can see, okay, the very powerful one here. Okay, then what's inside again? I think that's about all. Nothing inside again. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do now is that we're going to install this camera before mounting it. In fact, that's the easiest thing to do usually. Install it before mounting it. Okay, that is the initial stage, so that after mounting you may not need to climb all the way to where it's mounted to try to reset it. Okay, so that's what we're going to do right now. And how to do that is quite simple. We'll install, the step one is to install the app. Like I said earlier, we're going to install the V380 version because we want to use an SD card here for storage. Somewhere around you have the reset. Is that the reset? I think there are 2 here. Okay, one of them is reset. I think a slightly bigger one. Okay, one of them is reset, one of them is microphone. Okay, don't forget this is a 2-way audio camera as well. Number 1 is Wi-Fi camera. Number 2, a 2-way audio camera. 2-way means the location where this is mounted or installed, you'll be hearing the voices, the sounds coming from that location. Okay, and then your location, you may be where the camera is installed, you may be far away from the place. Your location, you can speak through your phone from wherever you are, and your voice will be heard where this camera is mounted. Okay, so and it shows you here 360. That is, the camera can rotate 360. But let me remind you that this rotation of 360, the camera having the rotation of 360, is actually digital PTZ, digital pan, tilt, and zoom. Yeah, that's what it is, and that is very good for some applications. All right, especially for those that want a camera mounted in a place where they don't want people around there to know that that is a camera. Okay, so when you have it and you're actually turning the camera around using your app, the people at the location will not see any movement on the camera. So everybody will, assume it is indeed a bulb, a light bulb. But meanwhile, you are actually digitally turning the camera around, to see things for yourself and zooming in and all that. That's the advantage over some of those other bulb cameras, okay, that can rotate physically. So if a criminal is at the location and he can see that at a point this camera goes this way, okay, and that means the back of the camera at that point becomes vulnerable. Anything can be done behind, and by the time you rotate it back, it's going behind the other side. So it has its own advantage and disadvantage. All right, so that's it. So that's digital 360 zooming. Digital 360 zooming. Okay. All right. So we will slot in the SD card now. We have an SD card here, 32 gig. Okay. So you push it, you hear that clicking sound when it sits properly. Now be careful. The SD card can easily slide into the box itself. Okay, be careful. Okay, so let's go to the Play Store quickly. Play Store is here. Search for just take a second. Let's go to the Play Store app. Here's the Play Store. Search for V380. Okay, V380 comes out. You see V380 and V380 Pro. Go for V380. I have V380 here. The owners of the V380 macro video technology, right? So install it very quickly. Just looking at the screen, I'm going to fast forward this section, okay, to when it is fully downloaded. Okay, so I'm opening the app now. Here, you need to read the terms and conditions. Of course, you have to agree. You don't have a choice. Agree by clicking on that button. You have read and you've agreed. V380 needs access to additional permissions and so on and so forth. You have to confirm that. Allow V380 to access photos, media. Allow that. So here you are. This is the initial stage of the app. Okay, giving you some information about the app, dual views for dual lens and so on. You swipe. Okay, swiping is not working here. Okay, skip it. All right, so here you are right on the home page of the app. The first thing you see here is a try without an account. You can try without an account works perfectly. Allows you to, of course, connect your camera and view your camera continuously without an expiration date. Okay, but the disadvantage with it is that the camera will not be tied to your account. So anytime you lose your phone or you have a new phone, you will have to go through the same installation process again to reconnect the camera to the app on your new phone. Okay, so it's usually advised to register an account, an email account, so that when you connect this camera, okay, for the first time, the camera will remain bound to your email account. So anytime you change a phone, all you will need to do is log out from your old phone and then download the app and log in to your new phone, and it will take you straight to the app. It will always be bound to the email, to that account. All right, so that's the advantage, and that's why we advise to register an account. It's free. So here we're going to register an account very quickly. Click register here. Okay, you can do it in two ways. You can register with your mobile number or with an email. I would advise using an email to register. So enter your email address. As you can see that I'm doing right now. All right, that's my email address now. You add your email address, choose your region by clicking on this arrow to choose your region. Oh, great. I've logged in now with my email account. Okay, you can see that there's no camera on this account just yet. And just to chip this in now, you can also subscribe to your cloud account even from the V380 app. Yes, not only from the V380 Pro. Okay, just that the V380 Pro is not for a camera that you intend to use without subscribing to cloud service. You can see right here in the app, tells you the device, cloud account, starts you off with a free amount, support, profile, and so on. Okay, you don't really need all of that. Okay, so I'm going to quickly add this camera now by clicking on add device. Click on it, add device. It says allow. Yes, allow. So look at this number there. There's a model number there. So you quickly use the add device ID here. Okay, and then add the model number. In my own case here, 68. All right, so that's it. And then click confirm. It will ask me to select a device name for this. I'm just going to say there's no device name here that I want, but there's a space to type it in. So I'm going to type in shop. Okay, and finish. Now you have just installed this camera, but it is currently offline because it's not been powered. The camera has not been powered. It's currently offline, but you have installed it. But that is not all about it yet. You have not created a password for the camera, and you have not done your setting for the camera. Okay, so that is it mounted. It's initializing, trying to come up. That's a perfect point. So now the camera has been mounted where we want it mounted, the same light bulb socket, you can see. So let's configure it now on the app. Yeah, so once the camera is mounted, the first place to go is to turn on your phone's Wi-Fi service. Now once it's turned on, you will see the name of the camera will appear. The name of the the code you inserted, you used initially, the code will appear here. I can see my own here. That's the code there. I'll click on it to connect it to the Wi-Fi. This is the Wi-Fi of the camera now. You must connect it to the Wi-Fi of the camera first. So that's the Wi-Fi of the camera. I've connected to the Wi-Fi of the camera right here. Look at it. That's the Wi-Fi of the camera. The name of the camera is MV666. Don't forget that is also the model number we used to add the camera to the app. Okay, once you have connected to the camera on your Wi-Fi, you exit it, then go back to the app. Where's the app here? V380. Load it again. You will now notice it's showing you LAN. Okay, meaning it is now online. Click on it. After that, this is the first time you're setting it up, so it's going to ask you to enter a password. Now, enter the password. Click set password. Leave the name on admin, just so that it will be difficult for you to remember. Now go and enter a password. The password here requires you to be really a password savvy person. You need to know the password to enter so that you don't forget things. Enter a password you never forget, but it's a combination of letters, numbers, and special characters. So I'm going to enter mine here. You can see it says the password must include 8 to 40 characters. Not only that, at least 3 types of characters. 1 upper case letter, 2 lower case letters, number, symbols. Your password must contain this. All right, so in this case, okay, done with that. It seems my password is okay, although weak, but it has met the requirements. Okay, you click confirm. Now you click on it. You're live. We're live online here now. This is live. This is live. This is me. This is everybody else here. We're live here right now. You can see. Yeah, interesting. So that you see, I can turn around with the camera. Turn it around. Right. So this is the flat mode. If I want to go back to normal, I click on my shop here, taking it back to normal. Remember, that's the name of the camera we'll give it. Okay, and then the camera has an alarm. If I hit the alarm now, start starting. That's the alarm going on now. Okay, that's the alarm. You see the number of seconds. I'll stop it here. Okay, while the camera is recording at any time, you can of course take a snapshot. This is a snapshot. It will save it to your phone's storage. You can even record. I'm recording right now. Yeah. So whatever is recording now, I'm viewing it live right now, and it will record this clip. When I'm done, I click on it again. It will save it to my phone, not the memory card of the camera. Don't forget that. Then. Remember the 2 ways I talked about? Yeah. Right now, the audio of the camera is off. Click on it to hear. All right. So whatever we're saying now, we can hear. We can hear the audio from the camera. Okay. If I want to speak from my location to the camera, you see this button here, you hold it down. The first time it will ask you to permit, you say allow, and then you hold it down and speak. You can hear me from there. You can hear me. Yeah, so that's it. Okay, so after this now, the next important thing is, okay, before that, let's look at what we have on more. I've skipped replay. We'll come back to replay. Let's go to more now. Here you can see the different mode of display mode. How you want it. You want it like this, or you want it like this. Okay. Go back to more again. Inversion. This is invert. The other way around. Take it to normal. Then I have the light control. If I want the light on from my phone, the app, I put it on. You can see the light is on now. Yep. Okay, I can also put the light off. It's off, on, off, on, off. If you leave it on auto, which is the best mode to leave it on, so that at night it will automatically come on by itself. But of course, depending on your application, if you don't want the light to ever be turned on, you leave it on off. Okay, go to settings, timing light control function. Sometimes you can also time the light and all of that. Okay, let's go back. The next thing I want you to do quickly and not to forget is to format the SD card. So we'll go back. Yeah, so while we're here on the home page of the app itself, you go to the particular camera, you see these three dots, click on it, and then you see the settings, click on settings. Look down for recording settings, click on recording settings. You see it's giving you the capacity of the SD card you have inserted. If the SD card was not recognized, it should not give you any capacity at all. Go down, you see format SD card. Before then, important tips for memory card. 1. If the micro SD card reads and writes abnormally, please format the micro SD card. 2. The format of 32 and below is FAT32. 3. The format of 64 and above is exFAT. 4. Support memory card above class 4 speed. 5. Please be sure to use brand memory, that is brand new memory card, right? For inferior and refurbished card, compatibility is not guaranteed. So ours is 32 gig SD card. We're going to use FAT32. So it takes about 1 minute. Yeah, go ahead. As you click on it, it will start from where it is mounted and it will speak to you. It is formatting. Please wait. Don't forget you can turn off that sound from your app. If you don't want the camera to make any sound at all, where it's mounted, you can turn it off from your app. Because if you're in an area where... Great. If you're in an area where power is a problem, on, off, anytime there is power outage and the camera needs to reboot, it will speak aloud and it will uncover your camouflage. All right, so we'll show you in a short while how to turn off the sound. Okay, but don't turn off the sound until you are done with all the settings. All right, because if you turn off the camera before you are done with all the settings, what happens is that it will be difficult for you to confirm whatever setting you're giving to the camera. All right, so that done. After that, go back again to the three dots, go back to the recording settings. This is the recording settings. You see there are 3 recording modes here: continuous recording, event recording, record audio. Now you can choose whichever one you want here. Okay, right now it is recording audio, and then it is also on event recording, meaning it will record only when there's a movement. When there's no movement, it won't record, and it record plus audio. All right, but in this case we want it to record continuously, so we're going to go to the third one, continuous recording, and click on it. I will advise you, based on experience, to first switch off record audio, switch off event recording, switch off continuous recording again, and then go back, switch on, switch on, switch on. And then take note, when you come and say exit this point, there's something to tell you. It says configuration change successful. That's important to take note of. Configuration change successful. That's to tell you that your SD card has been properly set up to record. If you don't see that configuration change successful, sometimes your SD card will not be recording. It's not yet properly formatted. It's not yet recognized by the camera to record. Take note of that. Okay, so let's go back to the area I want. So let's quickly show you how to deactivate the voice prompt from the camera. If you are in an area you don't want the voice prompt to be heard, at any time when you're working on it or trying to do things, or when there's a power outage and the camera needs to reboot, you don't want that voice prompt again. Like I want initially, make sure you are done before activating this feature. Now, while you're on the home page of the app, you go to the 3 dots again, go to settings, go to advanced, down here, advanced. All right, you will see the device voice prompt. Turn it off. That is off now. The camera will no longer make a sound when it needs to reboot or when you're carrying out any command on the camera. For now, we're going to leave it on. In our own case, we're not done yet. We'll go back. Okay, I want to take a look at a few things from these settings again. When you're on these settings, a few things you should take note of. You're not on cloud service. When you're on cloud service, you come here and do your setting. Device time here is very important. Device time. Usually, you don't need to touch here. Once your camera is connected to the internet, it will automatically sync with the correct time. Now, why it's important is because if your camera is not connected to the internet, this camera is not connected to the internet, what happens is that the recording will not be serial. The recording will not be taking the current time and date. So if you're searching for the recording of a recent video, you might find that it's bearing 2000 or 2001 or 2002 instead of 2023. All right, and the current time. That is because the camera is not connected to the internet. But once it's connected to the internet, it will always give you, organize your recordings on your SD card, and you can quickly search and get it out. Okay. So now, firmware too is important. Once the camera is connected to the internet, you come to firmware from time to time to let the camera update and upgrade itself. It's important, but also it is also very dangerous, a dangerous step to take. You must be sure there is power, and that power will be stable at the time you come to firmware upgrade, because it must not be turned off within the period that you're upgrading it. It must remain on. If there is a power outage at the time you are upgrading the firmware, I'm afraid your camera may be damaged beyond recovery. Okay, you're recording, just play around with it. Your light settings, you can put up a time in here, for your light setting, like I said earlier. Play around with it. Advanced settings, ignore this. Usually just the voice prompt you come and get done. This language here is for the voice over, the voice prompt of the device. That is all. You can reboot the camera from here, you can reset the camera from here, but don't go here until you have a good reason to do that. Okay, so don't forget the camera is still offline. That is, it is only accessible for now only on my phone when I am within 10 to 15 meters close to the camera. But when I am far away from the camera, away from the shop or away from the office or away from the location where this camera is installed, it must be connected to the internet for me to be able to connect to it remotely. So we're going to do that now. We're going to connect or link the camera up to the internet now for remote connection. Once it is linked up to the internet, you can be in any part of the world. You will access the camera without any hitch. Camera to the internet now, to our router, our modem. Okay, so that we can see the camera from any part of the world. To do this, don't forget, let's exit. Let's exit and go back to the beginning to be able to do that. Let's exit. So, don't forget, my Wi-Fi is still on and I'm still connected. My phone's Wi-Fi is still on and I'm still connected to the camera locally. Because I have not connected it to the internet yet. Okay. Now, I open the app again. The app is loading. It will log me in automatically. Did you notice that? It logged me in automatically. No need to go back to entering your email address and your password, because you already entered that on the phone and it logs you in automatically. That's beautiful. Now, to link this up, it's still online. It's still showing LAN, meaning I'm still connected to the camera locally. To link it up to the internet, you come to these three dots again. Click on the three dots, go to settings, go to network. Very important here, you must have the password of the Wi-Fi or the router you want to link this camera to. Have it handy. It's going to be requested for. If you don't have the correct password, you're going to delay, you're going to have a lot of frustration here. All right, so you click on Wi-Fi station mode, and then it says please select Wi-Fi. Click there. Don't forget your phone is still connected to the camera, to the camera's Wi-Fi. It is not connected to any router, yeah? And you're trying to get this done. That is the correct way to do it. It's looking for the Wi-Fi. This is my own Wi-Fi, my router Wi-Fi. I click on it, and then it's asking for my password. Let me enter the password now. All right, password entered. You click save. You will hear the voice prompt. That's why we didn't deactivate the voice prompt, because we were not done yet with the setup. If we had deactivated the voice prompt, we will not be able to confirm this action right now. So while it's connecting, you will notice you had that confirmation. You'll also notice your app. Your app is also changing now, connecting. It's moving away from local connection to the internet now. It's to the internet now, okay? Take note of this. Sorry. It's still connecting now. It's still trying to connect. The camera is connected to the internet right now. Okay, so what is happening now is that your phone is trying to connect now. You see, automatically connecting to the Wi-Fi, your router Wi-Fi now, not the camera Wi-Fi again. As a matter of fact, at this point, the camera Wi-Fi is off. It is now blocked. So nobody, not your neighbors, nobody around will notice that, of course, there is a Wi-Fi camera around. Once the Wi-Fi camera is connected to the internet, the name of the Wi-Fi Bob camera disappears from Wi-Fi settings. Okay, so take note of that. So right now it's connected to the internet. The LAN changes to 1. LAN changes to 1 to show you that it is linked up to the internet now. So from this point on, I don't need to connect to the camera or camera's Wi-Fi again to access the camera. I just have data on my phone or internet connectivity on my phone, and that is enough to link me up to the camera live wherever from any part of the world. Now this is live now from the internet, Okay, so thank you guys for watching this video. Please, if you find this video useful, you find this video to help you in one way or the other, please consider subscribing, consider clicking the like button,